Swaggy Smite, Swaggy Smite, Swaggy Smitey.
What is up, everybody? We are back with another video. Today I'm going to be going through some of my builds that I have for my supports. So I figured I might as well start off with Sobek because I've been playing Sobek a lot recently, so I'm more accustomed to his build. So I use God Builder for all of my builds just so I can go through and pick out some of the items that I like and kind of put them all in one place so I don't forget which order, which item to grab at what time. Obviously, when a team is mostly physical damage or magical damage, I kind of switch up my items to build only magical protections or only physical protections. But for Sobek, for the two starter items, I think every tank should have selflessness or war flag, one or the other. Both gives you 10 physical and magical protections and 60 max health, which is really good at the beginning. And the first element of the passive is the same for both items. So if you get an assist on an enemy minion or a jungle monster, so if you're doing a camp and you get an assist on it, you get 7 extra gold, but you also get 8 ticks of health and 5 ticks of mana every time you do it. The difference between selflessness and war flag is for selflessness, basically you grant any enemy within a certain radius of you a shield equivalent to 25 plus 5% of your total health. So obviously towards the end of my full build, I'll probably have close to over 4,000. So 5% of that is a lot. So it gives teammates that are within an 8-meter radius of me, a shield. And then this happens every 30 seconds. And this upgrades to heroism, which is pretty much 50 plus 10% of your max health, which is even better because 10% of my max health is usually almost 400, so it's guaranteed a 450 to 500 shield that my teammates get when they're around me with heroism. And this upgrades at level 20, I think, or level 15. That's what it said. But the reason why I switched to war flag is because the war flag's different in that your allied gods that are within an 8-meter radius, you give them a 0.5% movement speed and a 1.25% attack speed for 10 seconds. And it stacks up to 6 times. A fully upgraded war flag turns into a war banner, which then they get 3.5% movement speed and even higher attack speed for 10 seconds. And this happens every 30 seconds. So for Sobek, I think that's a lot more important than giving them a shield, especially because Sobek is more utility. He's more, going in for damage. So it kind of helps my teammates when I'm in a close range of them to do more damage when I grab someone or when I pluck someone or stun someone. So I think that's why War Flag is better for Sobek. Okay, so the next item I moved my camera because it was in the way, but the next item I have is Gauntlet of Thebes. This is the first time that I build into, and I've realized over time, especially from watching a lot of you guys who play support, always say that Gauntlet of Thebes is the best. And I never thought it was that good to begin with. I always started out with the Amanita charm, but honestly, this is really important because every time you get a god kill or an assist, which as a support you get a lot of assists throughout a game, it gives you 5 stacks, and stacks provide 15 max health, and it stacks up to 40 times. So yeah, I mean, if you do the math, it's pretty much almost 600, which is really good. And then the item evolves at max stacks, so once you get to 600 you get an additional 200 max health. I mean, it's a really good item to get, especially if you're constantly in team fights mid game or late game, trying to get assists or kills. So Gauntlet of Thebes is definitely a very good starter item for a tank. Yoji's necklace is a very good second item for a tank because not only does it give you the 400 max health, 250 mana, 6 health regen, 6 mana regen, but it also heals 0.5% of your max health every second. So if you're at 5,000 health build, that's a lot of health you're gaining every second. So I definitely think Yoji's necklace is a really good second item. And then The Amanita charm, I build personally third, especially because not only does it give you protections, health regen, and max health, but it's an active. So you always see the mushroom in games, healing your teammates, healing yourself, and I think, it's really game changing, especially one when you're taking objectives, whether it's the Gold Fury, Fire Giant, or Pyro. But also when you're in team fights and your teammates are low, mushroom kind of helps them regen health a little bit so they can stay in the team fight, and it's honestly pretty game changing in certain situations as well when you're in team fights too. Fourth item. It's Hussar's Wings. This is very self-explanatory, just 500 max health and 25 magical protection, 25 physical protection. At this point, I have a lot of these items that are giving me, a percentage of my health or doing something to get something. And the passives are really good, and the active ability is also really good. This one's just a straight up, it gives you 500 max health, 25 physical, 25 magical protections, and it kind of tanks you up a bit. This is the point where my tank really becomes a little bit more of a tank, to the point where I think from now until endgame I'm basically unkillable, especially because of those protection boosts and because of the 500 max health, and you're immune to slows, which is the passive for this item, which is always helpful. And then this is also a max health protection item where it gives you 300 max health, gives you 20 magical and physical protections, and then each time you take a damage for a god, from a god, it boosts your protections pretty much, which is also really nice, and it goes up to 7 stacks. So that's also really good. Love Draconic skill. And then the last one is Contagion. I call it Contagion, but I think it's Contagion or whatever. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this gives you 500 max health, 6 health regen, and it debuffs 75% of the reduced healing for your enemy gods. The main reason why is because it's 500 max health and 6 health regen, and this adds up to this. So you get 169 physical protections, 148 magical protections, which is really good because you want to be around the 150 range or above, because how the math works in this situation for protections with any god is, if you have 100 protections, it reduces your damage taken by 50% from abilities, from those specific abilities. So if magical protection, I basically have 150 magical protection. So every time, let's say Nuwa ults me, I take 75% less damage because the formula on it is 100 over 100 plus your protections equals the amount of damage you take. So obviously if you have 0 protections, you're taking all of the damage because you don't have a denominator. In this situation, I'm taking 75% less damage from a magical god, and then 170 physical protections. I'm taking more than 75% less damage, which is really good. My max health goes almost to 5,000, which is really good for my Yogi's necklace because it heals 0.5% of my maximum health, which is really good, and that's something you will always need to have. My health regen is really good. It went from 6 ticks to 22 ticks per second. It's like I'm taking a chalice. It's like I'm drinking a boosted chalice every second of the game when I get to max build, which is really, really good. My max mana goes up, my max mana regen goes up. Those are just some of the benefits I get from some of these abilities, but mostly I'm looking at my health. I'm looking at my health regen, I'm looking at my max health, I'm looking at my protections, because I want to be alive. I want to be taking the damage for my teammates so that my teammates can do all the damage. I want to be doing the plucking. I want to be doing anything that a good support needs. I have, and I need to be alive for these team fights. I need to be alive to take objectives, and this is the best way to build it. I'm a player where I just like to build a completely tanky Sobek, a completely tanky Geb, and those two gods are usually my front line, in your face type of gods. It's definitely good. I think this is the best build you can have for Sobek. So yeah. So let me tell you why I feel like Aphrodite is really good with selflessness. It's mostly because Aphrodite does a lot of healing. So giving them a shield, especially when they're down, using Afro's ult. If your carry's in a sticky situation, especially early game, you know, in the middle of the game, your carry or jungle are both in sticky situations. Your ult kind of helps them get out. But this also helps them late game. Heroism heals your ally 10% of your maximum health, which Aphrodite's maximum health is 4,701, so it gives them 470 worth of health, as well as an extra 50. I definitely think that's really good. It gives them basically 520 tick shield, which is really good. I start off with the mushroom for this one because I don't think I really need Gauntlet of Thebes for Aphrodite specifically, because early game the mushroom's really useful for Aphro because she's not someone who gets in your face and plucks you or anything. She's just there to try to heal the carry as much as possible so the carry can do all the damage. So I think having the mushroom is really useful at the beginning, and then I start taking care of myself with Yoji's necklace, giving me health regen as fast as possible. I get Wish Granting Pearl for Aphrodite because it gives me 120 intelligence as well as 425 max health, 200 max mana. I run out of mana really quick with Afro, so having 200 max mana is really helpful when I'm using my birds to heal a lot of the damage that my carry has taken. And 120 intelligence helps me as well because Afro's obviously built on intelligence, and my birds does a little bit more damage than what it would normally do if I'm building full tank with Afro, which is really nice, especially for when I'm building into late game. Shifter's Shield is actually my favorite because the passive is when I'm over 75% health, I gain either 45 strength or 55 intelligence, depending on which side's higher. Obviously, my intelligence is higher, so if you check here, I have 175 intelligence max build, right? So if I gain 55 intelligence, that kind of adds up. You'll have 230 intelligence when you're using Shifter Shield and you're over 75 health. But if you're under 75 health, you gain 20 protections, both magical and physical. Over here, that puts me, if I'm like under 75 health, you know, I really want my protections to activate, and that puts me over around 150 for physical protections, which, like I said, is what I want to be around. And it puts me at 135 whatever for magical protections, which is also really good. So I'm basically, if I'm under 75%, I'm taking 75% less damage than I normally would, which is really good for Afro, especially in those sticky situations when I'm under 75. But when I'm over 75, it's also helpful because my intelligence goes to 230, which means I can do a little bit more damage with my birds. So I'm just not doing nothing besides healing. I'm also doing a little bit of damage. And my stuns also do damage as well, which is really good. And then I have Contagion, which obviously we all know, just max health regen, simple item for a tank. And then my last item, I have Rod of I always don't know how to pronounce this word, but it basically gives me 55 more intelligence, 225 max health, and 3 health regen, so I get more health regen from this. Everyone within an 8.8 radius of me get 15% increased healing, which obviously I'm always attached to someone no matter what, so that person will automatically get 15% increased healing than he already does have. And then it also removes anti-heal for any allies within 7 meters from me. So if someone's building lifesteal, the opponent's building anti-heal, it basically reduces their anti-heal. So if I'm playing with an Anubis, for example, he can do damage and gain some life for 3 seconds if he stays within 7 meters from me, which is also really good. And I think overall this build's really nice because it builds into almost 4,600 max health. I get 24 health regen, which, like I said with Sobek, it's basically like I'm taking a chalice. It's like I'm taking a boosted chalice every second, which is what I like with the tank. Like I said, with the Berserker Shield, you get those 20 extra protections, so I'm actually at 150 and 130, and then my intelligence is at 175, but like we talked about, I get that 50 boosted intelligence, so I'm really at 230, and then I get a little bit more mana and 13 ticks of mana regen per second, which is really good. So I think this is a really good Afro build. I think now I'm going to try to show you some examples of what both of these builds look like in game, and hopefully you guys can see how useful they are when I'm playing. Yeah, that's usually what happens with carries.
I play Bari too much.
Yeah, this is something better. I should just start using it. Santos is still in.
I blocked.
Thanks, Swag.
Mordred's back as well. Mordred might be taking. Santos might be taking back teleporter, or is just gonna set it that?
No, my.
Duo.
Jungler is stone trolling.
My fucking eyes, man. Ow. Alright guys, fight. Ever help? 25, keep going.
Maybe I should just ran out there.
Your right tower is under attack.
You don't mind?
I think that's bug control.
I mean, so I'm just slowly winning this. I'll probably be alright. At 2,500, I'm probably just gonna clear mid-100. He's recalling right now, so.
Hands on me.
He probably was teleport, unfortunately, though.
Swag. Dive. What's he doing?
Oh, I'm trying to dive you.
Watch out. Oh my god, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Come on, duo.
Yeah.
What's 9 seconds? They can die of dogs.
Ran around that? That's incredible.
Nice.
Nice. Swag. Dude, that was crazy. You threw him into my root.
Yeah, there was a root and then throw into a root. That's.
I'm going long way.
Coming over.
Oh, dude, I can't grab Thanatos.
I killed a Sag. I'm sprinting through the back.
Oh, you can get the Agni, though. The Agni is
Back.
somewhere.
Back.
That's because I fucking destroyed him. And I was 2v1ing him. I was going crazy.
Nice.
Try to check your tower.
Wait, Gold Fury. Let's say Gold Fury.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, I got 2 of the towers down, by the way, guys.
Get this damage buff real quick. Started like. I just shot the wall.
Yo, what are you shooting at?
I was lagging.
Oh, I was gonna say, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I thought I was dead already because I thought you were shooting. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah,
Wait, did they get it? Did they get it or no?
That's battle.
Oh, good.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were about to kill him.
Thanks, Swag. Wow, that's awesome, dude. You just threw him away from us. Okay, well, we got a kill. Hey, yo, middle, guys, fight this.
Just fight this.
Middle. We can fight this middle, I think. Or at least run it down.
My boar's on.
Don's so lit.
Hands on the right side.
Got it.
Fuck
Fuck it, man. Fuck it. I'll just let myself back up. Alright, now I'll back out. You guys can stay there and take turns out.
Aw, dude.
Maybe I'll kill his leg from the other side again.
Wait, yeah, let's just.
Okay, I fixed it. My keyboard's right next to my microphone, so. Yeah, you guys doing pyro?
I have a trap there. I trapped him.
Your team has destroyed the pyramid.
Go for it. Push down middle as well.
Destroyed a middle
I'm
enemy
gonna
tower.
go push down, wow, you guys didn't even get the top. Guys, get this to be dead here.
Get done.
Oh my god.
Whoa, turn. Got him.
It's coming.
Back up. Unless, I think they're all gonna be there. They might collapse all for us. Oh yeah, Logan teleport, you gotta teleport over there.
Oh my god, I accidentally used the wrong.
That's one.
Oh my god, they collapsed.
No. Get dead.
Oh, Dondo's dead. Oh shit! Get him! Oh, wait. Fire giant, fire.
Fire
Guys,
giant.
I think you should recall. I think you guys should all recall.
Yeah.
Yes, you should start it. Yeah, see, I got their attention. They got your
I'm back against this.
Your team
Who's taking shit like
the
the
fire.
containers too? Wait, how did I get it? What
Oh, Don's as well. I pulled him. Agni has his dash. Watch out. Yeah, there we go.
the? Take tower here. Take tower.
Yes, you guys can maybe
Go.
take tower. I'm going Phoenix on this side. I'm going Phoenix on this side. There you go.
Mordred's coming. I just kind of. Oh my god, what am I doing? No, I fucking. That was the worst move I've ever had. Okay.
I'm gonna try to dive against this.
They're there. They're all there. They're going.
Oh, dude.
Guys, let's destroy all the Phoenixes. I'm
yeah.
Yeah, going middle.
We can't finish, unfortunately, or like, I don't know if we should. I'm gonna do gold here next.
We shouldn't. Let's do gold.
Then we wave. You wanna just back first while I then?
Yeah, I'm gonna back.
Your team has destroyed the gold fury.
Yeah, don't split. We just fight.
Well, Dylan can like push one lane.
No, Alex, I'm super tanky anyway.
Nice.
Run away and tank.
Victory.
If they send everyone out.
Swaggy smite, swaggy smite, swaggy smitey.